Today, let's solve the problem maximum numbers of vowels in a substring of given length. So the problem is given a string s and an integer k. So our task is return the maximum number of vowel letters in any substring of s with the length is k. So there are 5 vowel letters a, e, I, o, and u. Okay, so let's say as the sample one, a, b, c, I, d, e, f with the k is 3. So the expected output is 3. Why? Because the substring I contains 3 vowel letters, which is also the maximum numbers of vowel letters in any substring. So for example, we have the substring ABC, so it only contains one vowel letter. It is A. Example, another substring maybe IID only contains 2 vowel letters. They are I and I. So only the substring III has the maximum vowel letters, so the output will be 3. Well, for this kind of problem, I think we'll try to use a very popular technique called sliding window to solve. For example, here we have example A, B, C, I, D, E, F with the k is 3, and then with a sliding window we will check for every substring that has the length is k. We will check for A, B, C, and then we will slide this window to B, C, and I, and then slide this to C, I, and I. Okay, then slide to I. Yes, and so on and so forth. For every substring, we can count the number of vowel in the current substring, and then every we slide this window, we will try to update that count, and after that we will also need to update for the maximum number of vowels in any substring that we check. Okay, so we will implement it. Okay, so first of all we will need a variable to store the answer, and then finally we return the answer, and then we will have a set of 5 vowels. That is set dot of A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, so we will need to have a for loop that's starting from 0, and another variable that's starting from k. We will continue looping while I is less than or equal to s dot length minus k, and j is less than or equal to s dot length. So I plus plus and j plus plus. Okay. Okay, so we need another for loop that looping from I to j to count the number of vowels in the current substring that we are checking. Okay, so we will have a count, so let's declare a count variable. Okay, so whenever the char at L is vowel, so we will increase the count. So after the for loop, we will need to update the answer. That is equal to math.max of answer and count. Okay, so that's all for the implementation. Let's try. Oh. Okay, so maybe syntax error, should be semicolon. Okay, should not have int. Oh, okay, so let's submit. Oh, time limit exceeded. Okay, I think it's because we are keep looping for every substring to count the number of vowels. So for example, when we check for this substring, we loop from here to here, and then when we slide this window, we will repeat those steps again. So we will count B, C, and I, and then when we slide to this window, we will repeat the counting C, I, and I. I think it's quite unnecessary because for example A, B, C, we count for A, B, C, and then when we check for B, C, I, we count it. We count the B and C again, which is unnecessary, right? We only need to count the I, and we only need to remove the letter A from the result since it is out of the current window. Okay, so let's try to update the implementation a bit. In this for loop, we don't need to have this for loop again. We don't need to check again from the beginning to the end of every substring. Okay, so we just need to count if vowels contains okay, so s dot char at I. Okay, so we increase the count, and if vowels contains s dot char at I minus case, so we will remove it from, we will decrease the counts as it is out of the current window that we are checking. So as we check s at I minus k, so we will make sure, we have to make sure that I minus k is greater than 0. Okay, and then for this count, I think it should becomes a global variable. And so I think we noticed that we don't need J anymore, right? So let me remove. And one more thing is the I we will loop through the end of this string. Okay, so let's check again. Oh, why? Oh, should be less than or sorry, greater than or equal to 0. Okay, correct. Try to submit. Okay, accept.